Hi and good evening, everyone. My name is Albert, and this is VlogsBoutNothin. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your day to join me. I really appreciate that. Tonight we're talking about gigolos. That's right, gigolos. So, recently my roommate and I had the really cool opportunity to watch Deuce Bigalow, European Gigolo. And let me tell you, a couple of things were reinforced while I watched this movie, my roommate and I. One is that Adam Sandler is a very influential guy. Duh, I know. I understand. I get it. Skibbity toilet face here, speaking to you direct, in that I understand everyone sort of. Well, I kind of would be lying if I didn't say entirely I forgot where I was going with the punchline to that joke, much less what we were talking about, and it was Adam Sandler. So, anyways, Adam Sandler is a very influential guy. Happy Madison Pictures or Productions. I'm not sure what the company name is, but they produced that movie, which is ironically also the same company that has produced many of the movies that we all grown up seeing within like the last better part of the quarter century. And so I just think it's interesting when you watch an old movie that is still something that's very relevant today. I mean, we're waiting for Happy Gilmore 2 to come out. And you may or may not be an Adam Sandler fan, but the fact that you know who Adam Sandler is and whether or not you like him is kind of a big deal to begin with. I mean, not just everybody knows anyone. That'd be weird. Anyways, so the other common thing, or the other thing about watching Deuce Bigalow, European Gigolo, is that, the idealization of a male prostitute is, I guess, funny, right? And, why should I be careful in approaching this topic? We address so many other things here on the channel. It's sort of like, what could I possibly say to make people upset about this one? Well, I'm sure many, many, many things. So, I'm going to try to avoid going down any sort of real complex kind of a path that will, make you upset. Because I don't want to do that. But I do want to talk about, again, to be clear. And this is just because you got to assume, right, that like if somebody stumbles upon this video and they have no idea who I am or what this channel is about, they might be a little thrown off. So there's this basic context that I got to throw in most videos as a preface before I move on to make an argument, so just indulge me. Okay, this perspective, and I say this with all appropriate dark humor that may or may not be cringe to y'all, but really, it's my channel. You've gone this far in the video. I really appreciate you. But I'm a male that identifies as a heterosexual, and I also really feel like most heterosexual men, in my opinion, right? I feel like we're not that smart. And I say this, I'm joking. There's many smart men out there. Let's not get all upset about it. But more or less, the argument could simply be made that, we really are some silly guys in that we make decisions constantly that are so counterintuitive, you really would never not know, like, any kind of solution to a problem. It's like one of those choose your own story books, but there are so many options to choose from that sometimes the pages get sort of confused and you end up being in the middle of a chapter of something that you really didn't think you'd be a part of. And let's continue to talk about gigolos now, because I've avoided kind of talking about it, right? Obviously for about 4 minutes now. We watched the movie. It was a good movie. Male prostitution is funny as it's presented in this movie. This is a joke, but like, have you guys, does anybody, is this a common thing? I know here in America, it's really, it's weird. And let's talk about that. I mean, why aren't there dudes out there walking around on the street, trying to pick up a little love? I'm not condoning anything illegal. Never would, never have. Not here on this channel. I'm simply just talking social commentary about what I guess is a real humorous situation, but what I'm sure many of what us stupid dumb men would jump on if we ever did have that opportunity. And again, it's just I've never even heard of I mean, is this a thing? Has there ever, I mean, I should have probably looked this stuff up. I wish I had a laptop. I mean, like, has there ever been a male prostitution sting, for example? Like, is there a need for law enforcement to, seek out female pimps and their she I just there's it's such an interesting topic. Again, I there are so many stories, we hear so many stories, right, about, um that kind of a behavior. You like, read like your local news and it's like local prostitution sting or something, a local prostitution ring. But again, mostly, it's you see and you hear a lot of reporting about females. So I'm just wondering if gigolos are a thing. I mean, ladies, let's talk for just a minute here. Do you guys in ever any situation feel like, I mean, where would you go? Is this, am I not, I mean, I realize I don't think I'm good looking, okay? Let's not, but am I missing something? My guys out there that are good looking guys, do women, is this a thing? Because I'm interested. I want to know. I think it's just an interesting social dynamic. Just because, like, why wouldn't a woman be able to? I'm not sure, even, again, how to really talk about this because, well, I mean, I've said publicly on the channel here before that sex work, consenting, informed consenting sex work should be legal. I feel like the United States is a very conservative country and that often we don't even really talk about all the benefits that would come from the legalization of prostitution. I really mean that. Like, a lot of good things would come from that, including, a lot of being able to control a lot of smaller outbreaks and stuff within the sexual community. I mean, we're not all married with children. Some people are single and continue to have a very physical life. I'm not sure how that's going to sound on camera, but I definitely did indeed just do that on camera, and it was disgusting. I don't know what I was singing earlier, and I have all of this stuff built up in my Pinocchio nose, and it's so gross. Do you know how hard it is to do back to back to back to back videos without making a mistake? Moreover, without sounding like a complete fool as it concerns, bodily functions and getting older and just, I mean, it's so frustrating sometimes. But not to worry. Anytime that, I'm feeling frustrated or anything, I just pop on a movie about gigolos and let Rob Schneider kind of like take away all of my troubles. Because that movie is absolutely hilarious. If you've never seen it, link in the description below to the trailer here on YouTube. Obviously, you'd be able to find it on other platforms, maybe right here, I'm not sure, but somewhere to purchase. If not, dig it on up from your parents', attic or wherever that might be. And watch it. The first one's really good, and so is the second one. I'm a huge fan of Eddie Griffin and Rob Schneider, that entire cast. Honestly, it's a well-written movie by Happy Gilmore people, or Happy Madison Productions, and they also made Goldbergs, like the Goldbergs, which is a show that I really used to like a lot, and then I think kind of fell off. That's a different video. But again, I feel like just talking about gigolos is something that we don't often hear about. And I wonder if it's because there's a lack of opportunity, or if it's because just that opportunity only presents itself to a very select few, or if women they don't go as low as men in terms of their objectification of that sex, of me. But then, like, Why wouldn't they? They're human beings. The same rules apply. They're just women. So I'm just saying, not that they're just women. I'm just saying how. Again, the other day, I will never be able to figure women out. Obviously, this is something that, this stupid straight guy definitely realized, at a far younger age than just now. But I mean, it's only been just ever so pushed into my psyche as I get older, because it's more like the more you try to understand them, the more you're just left with questions. And I'm okay with that. That's kind of why I think I am single, and you know, like women. They're very interesting. I like interesting stuff. So I guess I'll spend forever trying to figure them out. Or luckily, hopefully, in the best situation possible, I meet just one, and we fall in love, and it's cool, and yeah. I hope that you guys have a really good night. Thanks for watching my channel. Okay, bye.